Hi guys, Wayne and Tom here. I wanted to start this video off with a huge thanks to everyone who made it to webinar 11. We had some exciting news to share with you about features that are already in the app, features we're working on at the moment, and the future of Content Samurai. So stay tuned and check it out. First thing I'm going to show you are what changes have been made so far in the app. So these are things that are currently live. You can go to Content Samurai just after this, open it up, and you'll be able to see all of these. So I'm showing my screen here. This is just the start to one of our DMW scripts that I've popped into the script section. You guys should be pretty familiar with this. You put a script in here, I've given it a title, and I'll move on to the slide section. Okay, so what's the first thing? Is a better default layout. Okay, so one of the things that's already in the app that I wanted to show you guys was, I think if I go down to this slide here, is the new layout, the new default layout. So let me switch to the layouts tab up here. So text centered is the default layout. You've got text on the left, text on the right, but let's switch back to text centered. You'll notice there's lots of text on this slide. I'd say a decent amount of text on this slide. Now, you'll also notice there's a bit of a gap up the top and a bit of a gap down the bottom. And we've recently made it so there are those gaps. So if I scroll down to the bottom and I click this text covers the full slide, this used to be the default. For people who like to put a lot of text on their slides, you'll remember this. This used to be the default. And you can see that even though we recommend not having this much text, so because it's a little bit, it looks a little bit crowded, but if you wanted to have this much text on the slide, this kind of looks a bit weird to have the text coming all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom. So let me just scroll up and click text centered again, which is our default. You'll notice this looks much better. It looks a lot better just to have the text in the center of the script, in the center of the slide, and have a bit of a space above and a bit below. So it's a really nice format and it looks a lot more professional. But again, let me just touch on the fact that personally, myself, if I was making a video, I'd place the cursor somewhere in the video, maybe after the word business, and click the insert slide break button. So the text would split up where my cursor is positioned right now. But if you want to have a lot of text on there, why not make it look a little bit more pretty? So that's the new default layout, and where the old default layout lives. If that was your jam, you could still switch back to it and have the old default layout. Okay, next feature that's already made its way into the app that we have been working on is the fact that music only is now the default option for your Content Samurai videos. This is something that we changed because it was so popular. Absolutely, just so popular. Everybody was making music only videos. When we made Content Samurai, we thought the record your own voice track would be the most popular. So that was the default. But since then, we've found out that a lot of people are making music only videos. So to make it easier for everybody, music only is the default. Of course, if you like making your own voice track, like me personally, I love making my own voice track on my videos. You just click record your own voice track. You get the options that were there that everybody should be used to by now. You can click the record button, make your way through sentence by sentence, and you can have the exact same experience. But music only is set as a default, and that means you could just come straight through and preview your video without having to click on music only. So I've done that. Now I'm in the preview section. You guys should be quite familiar with, and you'll notice that one of my music tracks is already selected. That's another feature that's made it into the app. So now Content Samurai remembers what music track was the last one that you selected. So Endless Possibilities was the last track that I used for one of my videos. It's remembered that. Endless Possibilities is selected again, and I can just keep going on. If you don't like music tracks and none, so if I clicked up here, if none was my last selection, then none would be what was selected when I get to the preview section. But Endless Possibilities was the last one I selected, so it was already my choice when I came into the preview section. So just something to automate the process a little bit for you guys, just to make it, you know, so you can create your video with less clicks. And that's really what we're going for, this sort of automated process, which will become more apparent later down the track when I show you where we're headed. But while we're here, let me touch on another feature that's already made it into the app, which if you haven't seen it, this one's really powerful, and a lot of people have been asking for this. And it's a section just below the upload music and above the music volume on the right-hand side in the preview section. So show each slide for a certain amount of seconds, okay? So you notice that this was just an example script, so there wasn't that many slides. So 18 seconds, because I think it was about 6 slides, with a 3-second gap. But let's boost this up. Let's say I wanted a 5-second gap. So I wanted my slides to show on screen for 5 seconds instead of 3. So I bump it up to 5 seconds, click apply, and my 18 seconds has just changed into 30 seconds. So you can play your video, and that's going to show, that YouTube logo will show for 5 seconds. It'll change to the Twitter logo for 5 seconds. Then it should change to a Google logo for 5 seconds. So I think you're getting the gist of it. So let me pause that video. Even with this adjusting the slides for a certain amount of seconds, you can click the manually adjust timing button, and I could adjust. You can still adjust your videos. I could move to the end. Let me quickly scroll all the way to the right. Whoops, that's too far. I can still drag out the end of my video to give it more time. See, it went from 30 to 37 seconds. I can pick these slides up, move them into position. All that stuff, all those options, they're still available for you. I just click the hide timing again. But if now that I've done some manual tweaking, so manually adjusted my timing, if I wanted to pop it down, let's say back to 3 seconds, for example, and I clicked apply, you get this important message, and it just lets you know that your manual tweaking is about to be wiped because you're changing how long each slide is going to be appearing for. So let's say I did want to go ahead and do that. Click continue. You can see that's that heavy text on the slides. But I've changed everything back to 3 seconds, and it's gone back to 18 for the total length of my video. So they were the 5 things that have already made it into the app. I'll just quickly rattle them off again. There's the better default layout. We still have the old default layout in the script section. Music only videos are default. Our music track is already selected by default. And we've given you users ability to set timing for each slide. So they're the 5 things that have already made it into the app. And then I think we can move on to the next section, which is, oh, awesome. This one's awesome. This is the future of Content Samurai. Now, what I'm going to have to do for this one is open up a keynote, because being the future of Content Samurai at the moment, it's just a bit of, it's an idea that we have at the moment. So we've made a keynote, and this is an example, but this is really, really cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds. Can somebody in the chat just let me know if you can see a Content Samurai log on screen? Make sure everything's good. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting a couple. Thank you, Leah, Teresa, John, Donald. Thank you, guys. Dave. Oh, and my sick friend Tom. Thank you, guys. Now, Dr. Anthony Fernando, if you know him, he's put this together for me. So shout out to Anth. It's going to have Anthony's email, but let me go through everything. Okay. So you come here to the log on screen. Now, this is the future of Content Samurai. This is what we're aiming towards. So you'd enter your email address, you'd enter your password, and you'd log in. Pretty normal. You're at your dashboard. Everything looks good here so far. And you come up and click create a new video. All right, so now this is where we're headed, guys. This is some really exciting stuff. So instead of the script section, you'll notice there's the first section is going to be a template section. Okay, so we're going to have templates, and these are just examples of videos that you can make with each template if you click them. So let's say I click the first one. What's going to happen is a video is going to start to play, and we're going to get an example of what type of video I can make with this template. So let's click this. I know you guys can't hear it, but there's some background music playing. You can see that there's an image sort of zooming in a little bit, and the text is appearing along the bottom of the screen. It's kind of like subtitle-esque. There's options for having text in the middle of the screen, but the big thing here is that images are moving, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that. So this is a really cool template. Let me click this second template and show you guys how different that is to this one. Okay, so I click the second template, and we've still got background music, which you can't hear, unfortunately. You can see the images moving around, and you can see in the bottom left corner and the top left corner, you know, in the corners, I should say, the text is appearing, kind of like animated text. You can see it appear. So that's another really cool thing that we're working towards, some like moving images, and these are very popular. You guys would have seen these 20 times a day on social media platforms. There's so many videos just like this being shared around social media a million times a day. So we wanted to get in there and help you guys create videos like this as quickly as possible. So let me click the third option, and this is really social media driven. You'll notice it's more vertical, this style of video, and you'll notice this on mobile devices, and even Facebook. They're leaning towards showing these types of videos now. Like if you guys have hooked up, if you guys have watched, if you guys have subscribed to DMW, you might have seen some of the content we've been putting out that lets you know that Facebook are favoring this type of content in their search results. So this is a more social media driven type of template. And what I'm going to do is show you how you would actually make a video. Now that we've gone through the different styles of templates, let's say I wanted to choose this template, and I can go ahead and start to make my video. So you come over and click this, use this template button. Okay. Now you guys should be pretty familiar with this. We were on that screen before. You put your video title or your name in there, and you drop a script in just like that. You guys should be pretty familiar. And let's click the Create Slides for Your Video button. Okay, now we're on the New Slide page. And this is really cool. You'll notice straight off the bat, there've been a few changes. You can see that an image has automatically been added to my slide. The text is on the screen, but there's a secondary reading path automatically done for you. I didn't have to do anything. And a search has already been run, and it's given me suggested search results here, as it normally does, but it's actually searched for scientists because it's deemed that to be the most important word on this slide. It's read every word. Content summary has read every word, deemed scientists to be the most important, and it's done a search and added one of the images to the slide already, which is really, really cool. Didn't have to do anything, and my slide's already created. Secondary reading path. It's got a background image, and up the top here you can see it's already picked a motion for it as well. So without doing anything, I've already got my slide created and it's done automatically. But let's say I wanted to change the text. Okay, you see up here there's a suggested text section, little refresh button. Now if I click that refresh button, it's trimmed down the text. So instead of saying Canadian scientists have just reversed severe MS using stem cells, which you can see by the text just below the slide, it just wrote reverse severe MS. And that'd be really popular for if you recorded your own voice. Excuse me. You'll notice when you watch videos that have like a recorded voiceover, they explain what's going on. So they might say Canadian scientists have just reversed severe MS using stem cells, but only have reverse severe MS on the screen. So that's a really powerful thing you can do. Let me just click suggested text to get back to where it was. What's the next thing I could do? So that's the suggested text. Let's go suggested image. Okay, so like I said, all we did is popped our script in, came to the slide section, and there's an image on the slide. But what if I wanted to change that to another suggested image? Well, you just click the refresh suggested image little button here, and it's picked out another great image from our image library. So that's a great example of that. Let me just make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah, so let's continue to the next slide, as soon as that's done. Okay, so we've moved on to the next slide, which says the treatment involved purifying harvested stem cells to wipe away the memory. Well, you notice that the background, even though it automatically had an image added, it could be better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is up here where it's already read all the text and it's giving me suggested search results. Let's click cells so we get results for cells. And you can see here that personally I think clicking a cells image on this slide, excuse me, would be much better. So I'm going to click on this blue one because it really stands out to me. It's like a really vibrant blue. Let's click that. And you don't have to use the suggested images. That's what I was just showing you there. You can do your own search. You could search for whatever you wanted, and you just click the image like what happens in Content Samurai at the moment, and it will add itself to the slide there. And with that image, this is a great slide. So let's go to the next. The purified stem cells are then transplanted back into the patient. Well, the image is perfect. The secondary reading path's perfect. So I would say that this is done automatically. So Content Summarized already made my slide for me. But what I'm going to do then is show you what this little play button does at the top. Okay, so you see the motion is pan left. Well, let's click this play button. You can see that the text came in from the right to the left, and the image slowly made its way across the screen, and it was like the camera was panning to the left. So this little play button up here just gives you a little preview of what that slide does. Okay, so now we've covered that. Let me just click to the next slide, just show you how easy this is going to be to start to create videos. Next slide. The treatment is showing a 70% success rate of halting or reversing the disease. Yep, great image, great secondary reading path. Next. It is the only treatment that has fully stopped the disease without MS medication. Fully stopped, great 2 words to bold for the secondary reading path, and a great image for medication. So next. Further studies are being done to make the treatment viable for more people with MS. Again, you just couldn't make it better. So we'll click next slide. And making the world a better place, make the world a better place by sharing this video. Sharing this video, absolutely perfect. So next slide, there we go, done. So all I did is I came in, I selected what template. I've picked my template for social media. I put my script in, went to the slide section. All I did was change that one image on the second slide and just double check that everything else was looking good. And I made my way through the slide section in a minute. Now let's go to add your voice track to your video. No voice track is the default, which is already happening in the app. As I showed you before, no voice track. You could click record your own voice track, but for this example, let's go with no voice track. So I click preview your video, and you'll see that a music track is already selected, like I showed you before, already in the app. And let's go, looks good, continue. Oh, no, what we're gonna do, we're in the preview section, might as well preview the video. Okay, so let me show you what happened. All I did was popped in my script, went to the slide section, changed one image, selected no music, music only video, and let's click the preview button. All right. So that's about as easy as we're trying to make it, or Content Samurai will be in the future, I should say. These are all the things that we're working on to get into Content Samurai as quickly as we can. And yeah, you'll notice here it says made with Vidsy, and that's because we're toying with the idea of maybe moving the name Content Samurai over to Vidsy, because video made easy, Vidsy, and we already own that name. So ignore that for now. That's not something I wanted to show off. I'm not trying to drop a bombshell on you guys right now. Please ignore that for now. But if that did catch your eye, I just wanted to let you know that we're toying with the idea at the moment. We'll be very upfront if we do change the name. It's not a decision that's actually being made at the moment. But that being said, that is the end of that demo right there. So that's what you guys can look forward to in the future for Content Samurai. So very, very excited things ahead. Very, very exciting things indeed.
Yeah,
how's everything going in the chat room here?
There's been lots of positive feedback for what you've been showing, Wayne. There are a few questions that we'll probably circle back to at the end. I am replying to some of them, but some of them I think it's worthwhile circling back at the end and replying so that everyone can hear the answer for them. So if you've got questions, keep posting them, and I'm replying to some of them, and we'll circle back for the others at the end.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, there were the three sections I wanted to show you, which were what's already in the app, which I have done, what we can all look forward to in the near future, which I've also done, and the last thing I wanted to share with you guys are what changes are being worked on at the moment. So what I wanted to share with you guys were the the automatic bolding that I showed you guys in the video here. If I just switch out and go to here, you can see there was that when I went to the slide section, we had automatic bolding or secondary reading path, if you will. That's actually being worked on to be in the app as one of the next features. We're currently working on that at the moment. We're not sure how long. First of all, I should say we're not sure how long these are going to take. You know, we've never done them before. It's really, and you know, sometimes the easier things that you think, or the things you think are going to be easy, do take a little while. But I can tell you that the developers are actively working on automatic bolding for a secondary reading path. We're also sourcing a new place for images, because we really want to have the best images you could possibly have in the app of Content Samurai. So we're in chats with a few different sources for images, and we're just sort of getting prices and making sure the legal stuff's right, so that when we make videos, we don't get in trouble. And you know, you guys can make videos and use them wherever you like. And yeah, so that's another thing that we're working on at the moment, which is the improving our image search features. And just to sort of give you guys peace of mind, we're also improving the audio recording. There were a few minor problems, nothing to really worry about, but I just wanted to like outline the fact that we are working towards all of this awesome stuff, all of this awesome new stuff in the app, but we are maintaining the app. So if there's anyone who has problems or anything and they've been reaching out to us, we're not ignoring you at all. We definitely take that stuff very seriously, and we are still working on making the app the best we can possibly be. And if that means that there are features or things in the app that aren't working, we're definitely working on fixing that kind of stuff. And at the moment, we've got a dev working on improvements to the audio. We've done a bunch of improvements in the last week, or fortnight, I should say, and we're coming to the end of you know, some really solid work on the audio section that was already in the app. It just needed some work. So those are the three things. So the improvements to the audio, automatic bolding for secondary reading paths, and we're improving our image search features. And that pretty much wraps up all of the demo stuff, and we got it in about 30 minutes. There we go. It's amazing what a bit of coffee and a bit of energy can do. So what I might do is we can probably fold into the Q&A section.
So what we'll do, guys, first is we're going to run through the questions that were posted on the registration page. I'm not sure if you remember, but on the registration page was a video. There were comments below that. We're going to answer those ones first, and then we'll circle back at the end and answer questions that have been answered in the webinar if we've got time. So the first question we had was from Donald, and the question was, what do you think of having a little contest with maybe a t-shirt as a prize to show how well our video uses the new features, or maybe old features too? Donald, we love that idea. I think it's a great idea, and
great idea.
Yeah, we'll definitely do something like that. Keep an eye on the I Use Content Samurai Facebook group. That's probably where we'll post about it. But we definitely want to run a few competitions over the next couple of months. So awesome idea, and we'll definitely do it.
Yep, definitely. Do you want to just take it one for one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so Winston Lim writes, the volume is a bit soft when recording. Can we make it louder? Because when he uses Screencast-O-Matic, it's very loud compared to Content Samurai. I haven't really noticed this, to be honest. Other people in the chat, let us know if you've noticed this. It could be that your recording input is turned down in Chrome, but I think this is one of those cases where it's probably better to submit a support ticket so we can help you out on more of a personal level than you know, answering this one in the webinar. So if you can submit a support ticket, we'll help you out, definitely.
Yeah, and we have another question from Winston, and he asked, it would be great if we could do screencasting right from Content Samurai, showing my screen and my face in the video. Yeah, thanks. I think it's a good idea. Thanks for the suggestion. It's not something that's currently on our radar, as you'll know. We've just shown you the features that we're working on at the moment, but if the opportunity arises in the future to add it into the app, we'll definitely consider it.
Definitely. Okay, Winston, another one. When I recorded video today, the voice recording didn't capture clearly. Can you make it a smoother process so I don't need to keep recording for each sentence? We can definitely try. It's one of those things that, again, it's probably, if it's happening to a lot of people, please let us know in the chat room. It's not something that we hear a lot of in support. And we kind of try and base things off, you know, if a lot of people are contacting us about this, it's probably a more widespread problem. But you know, if it starts happening to a lot of people, it's, you know, we'll definitely have to drop everything and look into it. But we're happy to look into it on a personal level, just with your account, and just see, you know, if you can submit a support ticket. Just let us know what's happening, and we'll deal with it and see if there's anything going on. Another option is to use the upload a recording track feature. If you find that Content Samurai just really isn't doing it for you, the record your own voice. I know it's a great way to record your voice because you can go through sentence by sentence, and if you make a mistake, you can just re-record that sentence, and I absolutely love it. It's my most favorite recording piece of software out there. But I mean, if you're having problems with it and it's not working for you, contact support. Apart from that, maybe you could use the upload voice feature.
Yep, and then we've got Ian was asking, are you adding the ability to add existing video within Content Samurai Video? I know you can do this at the start, but it would be useful to add anywhere. The good news is you can already do this. Just click the little video icon below or above the slide where you want it, and you can insert a video clip at any stage in a Content Samurai video. So it's already there.
I was just checking the chat. Digital Dave, when I was talking about recording software, I was actually talking about Content Samurai, using Content Samurai. But if you want to upload your own voice track, I don't know, but there are a few. There is some software out there, but I just use Content Samurai. So if you were going down that path, you'd have to source some recording software for yourself. Not too sure what's out there, but if you get stuck, just send. We're definitely happy to help. Just send support a ticket, and we can maybe go through a couple of options with you. Okay, Michael, we have a question from Michael. He said, would you consider developing an API to wait 1 second, it's too late for me to read these big words. Would you consider developing an API so synergistic video marketing platforms could seamlessly integrate Content Samurai and become a total solution? Yeah, possibly in the future. It's not something that's on our like our short-term radar. As I've shown you all this, all the stuff that we've sort of got on our plate, if you will. It's not in there at the moment, but it's definitely a really great thing to consider. And we've already added this one to our feature list, and we'll have a look at it when the plates clear up a little bit. We get some more time.
Yeah, the next question was, is it possible to allow the text to slightly move so it will look much more professional? And the good news is it's coming. That's what we were demoing today when Wayne was showing you the upcoming features. The next one was, I was wondering if you could add speech.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're coming. I don't know. You come through a bit robotic. I keep checking the chat, but it might just be my side of the world. Okay, so Michael asked, I was wondering if you could add speech to text video creation. So to convert his speech to text when creating a video, which is a great, it's really cool. I've seen that out there at the moment. I haven't seen speech to text work too well, apart from those really, really expensive programs. And if we were going to have to use something, we're going to have to like create it ourselves. So there have been a couple of other people who have requested this. So it is on our feature request list already, but we do it kind of like a voting system. So we order them by how popular these requests are. And what we've done is we've added another vote to this feature request on our list. Do you want to take the last one here, Tom?
Yep. So Philip wanted to know, is or in future versions a feature to download your Content Samurai slides so it can create videos and a slide deck in Content Samurai for YouTube and slideshare.net. Again, it isn't currently on our radar for upcoming features. I know it has been requested in the past to be able to download your slide deck, so we'll add another vote to that on our feature request list, and hopefully we can make it happen in the future. Okay.
Cool. So something I wanted to touch on that's in the chat room here. Jerry said EasyVSL uses text to speech. That's right. We were actually talking about kind of the opposite way, speech to text. But yeah, text to speech. It's cool. It's always sounds so robotic, don't you think?
It does. So we'll run through the questions, or some of the questions. We don't have time for all of them because there are quite a few. First of all, I just wanted to say Doug loved the Vidsy name. He told us to change it now, so thanks, Doug. We also like it, but nothing's set in concrete yet.
Where are you up to?
Just picking. Let's start at the top and work our way down.
If you got any questions, quickly chuck them in now. We'll see what we can do about answering them. We're just going through the chat questions now and a bit of a wrap up to the end of the webinar session.
Yeah. So someone said, how can I file away videos in different folders on the dashboard?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to demo it really quickly?
Yeah. Yeah. If that's a question, how about I show you? So give me 1 second. You're going to see a couple of test videos that I've made.
Whilst Wayne brings that up, I'll answer a couple of quick questions. Someone said, is there a best view time for each slide to keep viewers' attention? Now, I think you're talking about setting the slide time manually. It all depends on the video type, how much text you've got on the screen, a lot of different factors. I think Wayne was saying he prefers 3 seconds for his videos.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think the default everyone will get at the moment is 5 seconds. Just because that's kind of a good middle ground. But yeah, I would probably go 3 to 4 seconds, depending on what's on the slide. Just play around with it and see what feels best.
Excuse me. Okay, ready for me to do a little demo?
Yep. Share your screen.
All right. Give Can you see my screen, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm going to assume everybody else can see my screen then. Right, so near the top right hand corner here, you'll excuse my Pokemon Go video with Pikachu and my other videos, but there is a select video button. So you click the select video and then your videos are grayed out. They become vibrant once you scroll over them. So let's say this cooking tips, which for some reason has a non-cooking image. I'll click that and my 10 cooking tips video is selected. Then I can come up to move to folder. Click that. I can create a new folder or pick one of my other folders here. Let's go create a new folder and type in cooking and click OK. What happens is a folder gets created and that video gets moved to that folder. Okay. Now you can tell which folder I'm in because on this bar here, it says that I'm in the cooking folder. Now let's go to all videos. Let's say I didn't want to create that cooking folder, but I wanted to move one of my videos to it. So again, I'd select videos. I'll go to my Pokemon Go tips. For some reason, I want to put that in the cooking folder. I click my drop down and click on the cooking folder that I just created. And there we go. Now that's moved. So again, all videos, or you could be anywhere. You could be in another folder too. Select videos, click this one, and move it to the cooking folder, just like that. All right, what else we got?
One I just wanted to touch on, someone said, are the transitions going to be smooth? Those were slightly jerky. They're slightly jerky because of the way we're demoing the features at the moment. They definitely are smooth. If you're sitting in my seat or Wayne's seat and you're watching it, yeah, they're definitely smooth. It's just the way that we demo them over the Australian and English or UK internet that is slightly jerky.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Digital Dave told me that, Tom, there is an actor out there that looks like you. Anyone ever tell you that? No one has. Please let me know who it might be. I'll try and do my best to do an impression of them at the next webinar.
Really? Christopher Walken, go.
Sorry, not this week.
Here we go. There's one from Jerry. It says, it's off topic, but what mic are you using now? Let me try and, with the arm, get it in there. This is a Yeti mic made by Blue, a company called Blue, I believe. And it's called a Yeti. It's really cool. Let me just quickly mute so I can take the top off without annoying you too much. Looks like you can get one of these sort of pop filters. I have a horrible hissing noise the way I talk, so I use 2 pop filters. I think Tom just uses 1, but this is really solid. I've got like an arm that attaches it with a bit of a shock. That's all a bit fancy. You can just buy the mic. They work perfectly. Yeah, that's what we use.
Yeah. Another question was, where are the images obtained from? What about copyright? The images are currently obtained from when are they from?
They're from Google.
Yeah, Google. There's a specific site as well that they come up. Anyway, Flickr. We source them in a way that as long as you provide attribution. So when you download your video, there's a link that you need to copy and paste below your video wherever you host it. As long as you copy that link and the attribution text, you're covered. So we source images that you're allowed to use as long as you say, hey, I've used images from other sources in my video. So
right, I can show you what that kind of looks like. I'll go to the DMW section of my account. I'll go to the last DMW video we made, and I'm at the download section. So I've gone through, I've done the script, slides, voice, previewed it, and everything looks good. This is a video I made last week. So when you're when you're in the download section, you can see that there's a little section at the bottom here that has the Creative Commons license information on it. So we've sourced our images so that they're the Creative Commons license is one that you can use as a user. You can download these, upload your videos to YouTube, and as long as you have this little slab of text in the description, say for YouTube, or if it's on your web page, if this was somewhere on your web page, Vimeo in the description, Facebook in the description, you won't get in any trouble at all. So let me click through on this link and show you exactly what a Creative Commons page looks like. So you just need to display that little slab of text before, but these are all this is all the license information. So these are all the images I used for that video, and it has all the license information in there. So let me just switch back again to the download section. All you need to do when you make your video is click this copy to clipboard button. Now all that information I need is copied to my clipboard. It's just a matter of pasting it in the description or on your web page, wherever you have the video, and that will cover you.
Yep. Whilst you're demoing things, Wayne, someone was asking if you could show them how easy it is to add a voice track, and I think they're talking about uploading a voice track. So if you could perhaps just show them where they upload a voice track. You don't have to actually upload one.
Yep. Okay.
That would be great.
Hey, I already have one uploaded for this. Okay, so what I've done is I've moved to the voice section. I was in the download section, but I've moved to the voice section. And as I showed before, music only would be the default at the top. Record your own voice would be the next option. And down the bottom here, there's an upload your voice track. And what you do is you click upload your voice track, and I've already uploaded one. So the big green button would say upload a voice track, but because I've already uploaded one for this, I could click the upload a different voice track. And there we go. It's, you see that appear. What I might do actually, move to my DMW folder. This is DMW 24, and I should have the voice track there. So if I click open, it's going to upload my voice track like so, and it's just that easy. So you move to the voice section, you select the upload a voice track option. The big green button would say upload a voice track. If you wanted to switch it, you could also switch it just like I showed you, and then you just find it on your computer and you upload it as such. It processes it. It makes sure that it's turned into a file that Content Samurai can use, and then you're able to preview it. So hopefully this stops processing in a couple of seconds and I can show you that. But yeah, you can even, here we go. You won't be able to hear this, but if I clicked play voice track, I can hear my voice reading the script.
Thanks.
That's how you do that.
Thanks, Wayne. A couple of quick ones. Someone was saying, how do we brand the video instead of having the Vidsy branding at the end? In the demo that Wayne showed, there was a Vidsy branding at the end. That was just part of that demo. It's not going to be, if you've got a paid account, I know that we're definitely not going to be branding it with Vidsy at the end. So don't worry about that stuff. That was just in the demo. Someone said, can the music choice be previewed without the video previewing? Yeah, you can on the preview page where you select the music tracks. There's a little play icon next to each music track that I think Wayne will show right now. Whilst I answer another question really quickly, see if I can find one. Someone said, can you place a folder in another folder? Wayne, no. There we go. Sure. So someone said, I'm a newbie. Can you embed a recorded video? Yes, you can. Wayne might be able
I'll show you that in 1 second.
Yep.
So here I am at the preview section, going back to the question that was asked a few ago, which is, can you preview a music track? Yes, you can. As soon as you hover over a music track, there's a play button on the far right. So you click that, and Don't know if you can hear that. I tried to put my headphones around the mic, but it is previewing, and then you can just click stop as well. The next question was, can you upload a video? Was that right? Or
Yep. Can you insert a video into the slide deck?
Yep. So here I am in the slide section of this video. I'm going to scroll down to, like, I don't know, I'll scroll down a little bit just to show you that you can insert a video clip anywhere. So I'm at slide 16 out of 64, just a randomly picked position. And in between each slide, you'll see that there's a add new slide button, there's an add video clip button, and a merge slides button. So the add video clip button, if I click that, will open up a dialog box where you can go ahead and pick your video. Just like I uploaded the voice track, you'd find your clip, you highlight it, click open or double click, and it would start to upload. You know what? I might show you. What I'll do is I'll go DMW. Sorry, I'm not too, there we go. Not too sorted. So it was a question, but just like that, I've just uploaded. If you've seen the DMW videos that we've been making, there's those little video clips that say item 1 and item 2 and item 3. I've just uploaded one of those because I know it's a small video type. It's uploaded. It's doing the same sort of transcoding that the audio file did when I uploaded that, just to make sure it can play with Content Samurai. And there you go. I've uploaded a clip. So you can also play it from the slide section, which is really cool. Let me click play here. So like I said, it was a very, very short clip, but yeah, you can upload it, preview it in the slide section, and then move on. Another cool thing that I'll touch on while I'm here, in the top left corner of an uploaded clip, you can select to turn off the background music while it plays, or by default, it just stays on. But if I didn't want the background music to play when this uploaded clip played, you just click that button and you can see that the music has an X next to it. So it's quite obvious that the background music will not play when this is being played.
Yeah.
And you can also delete the slide in the top right corner, which I'm about to do.
Dave was asking, now I should start this off with, we won't have time to demo this, Dave, but he said, can you demo quickly how you would do a video for local business, intro text, images, outro, call to action, client logo, all of that. We have showed that sort of, we have done an end-to-end walkthrough in a previous webinar, so I'll try and, on the replay page, that when we send this replay out, we'll include a link to one of the previous webinars where we do an end-to-end walkthrough that you can sit down and watch and see how a video is made from start to finish, in adding images and text and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, we won't have time to demo that today. And there was another one that I saw and I can't see it. There was one that I noticed a few people were asking about, sort of feature requests for adding the attribution link to the end of the video automatically. Let's see that there were 3 or 4 people that asked for that in the comments. So that's something we'll definitely table as an idea to everyone else, the rest of the team, because it's not something that's been brought up recently. So thanks for letting us know that that's something you would like. I guess one thing is, yeah, a few people were asking when can they expect these new improvements, new features. It's really hard to give you an exact time frame on it, because sometimes we'll start working on a feature and it's kind of like opening a can of worms. You don't know what's going to come out when you start working on it. So we're working on getting it into the app as soon as we can. The good news is that rather than kind of working on it all as one big group of things and then releasing it at once, we're trying to push things out into the app as soon as they're ready. So you'll notice that the app will be getting progressively better over the next few weeks and months. So yeah, as soon as it's all ready, we are going to be communicating with everyone as openly as we can. So join the I Use Content Samurai Facebook group. Make sure you keep an eye on your inbox for emails. We are sending out an email. I think it's later tonight and tomorrow as well about some of these new features that Dr. Anthony is going to run you guys through. So keep an eye out for that email. It's got a video that will show you about some of these new features. So yeah, we're doing it as quickly as we can. We just need to make sure that we are getting them out to you guys as soon as possible, but we don't have an exact date of when it'll all be done. Are there any questions you want to answer, Wayne?
Will there be a replay available? Yes, there will, definitely. It's coming out as soon as possible. It's very, very common that it's out early the next week. So there will definitely be a replay out then. There was another one that is, Teresa asked, is there already a next webinar scheduled? So the more dedicated webinar viewers will notice that we're doing them about once a month. So we haven't actually booked it in. We don't know the date, but roughly in about 1 month's time. If you have any ideas or topics and you're part of the I Use Content Samurai group, definitely post them in there. But if you want to catch the replay, and there's a little Facebook comment section below the replay, you can definitely pop your ideas for any future webinars in there, and we'll definitely take that on board, and that'll be awesome. Oh, someone said, funny you said that, Wayne. I think it was Christopher Walken. Dave got you, Tom.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. That was Digital Dave, and Dave Rave asked, can we add any video from YouTube and edit it in Noble / you can add any YouTube video. I mean, you'd have to source. You can't download a YouTube video from Content Samurai. And you'd also want to be really careful with with licensing issues and things like that. So just make sure you covered there and you sort of know what you're doing. And make sure you have, you're allowed to actually do that. But you can upload video clips just like I showed you. And yeah, but you just want to be careful that you don't use somebody else's content. And if you do that and then you upload your video to YouTube, you can get a into a little bit of trouble there. And they I think they give you a strike, and it's one of those like 3 strikes you're out type deals. But yeah, you can't edit video clips in Content Samurai, but you can include them into your Content Samurai videos. So hopefully that answers that question. But I think we're pretty much getting to the end of the questions. Do you think, Tom?
We've hit the hour mark. I know it's late in some parts of the world, so we'll wrap it up, guys.
So there you go. Thanks for making it to the end. We hope you're as excited as us about the new features we're heading towards. If you have any feedback or questions, scroll down below this video, leave your question there, and we'll do our best to get back to you. Bye for now.